wondered, have you seen one of these internet slangs and wondered to yourself, what the hell is this? And then you assume you know, and then you just give a answer knowing very well you do not know what it means. Well, for today, we are going to tell you and explain to you and give you some of the internet slangs. So first off, basically, we would start defining what internet slangs are. What are internet slangs? Well, I don't know. Do you? Stick around and let's find out. So internet slangs. Yeah, basically short forms of words that we use to replace the longer version of the word. Example of internet slangs is LOL, laugh out loud, and then LOML, laughing out. No, wait, even I've forgotten what that is. There is TBT, Throwback Thursday. In fact, there are so many internet slangs. And then there are some internet slangs that are specific to some social media handles. So when you go to Facebook, they have some internet slangs that you notice that you find them very, should I say, popular. They are popular on Facebook, or they are known, or Facebook users use them more often. And then there are some that are identified with social Instagram, and then there are some that are used basically on what other social? Yes, Twitter. And then like it goes on and on and on. But then there are general ones that like XOXO, like laughing out loud, and then KKK is like like something like that. And then what again? There's so many of them. So let's go to the article we have for today, and then delve Ninabi to what we have. So from the article, Instagram, if not, you better learn. If you want to use these kind of words, or if you want to find yourself understanding what it is people are trying to communicate on the social media, you've got to know some of these slangs. And then we are starting with, oh yeah, I just said a TBT, Throwback Thursday. That is the short form for Throwback Thursday. So maybe you pick up a childhood picture from your album or something, and then you just post it on Instagram, and then you just hashtag TBT, Throwback Thursday. There you have. So if you're wondering what TBT is, it's Throwback Thursday. There's another one, OOTD, and that is outfit of the day. Ooh. Okay, so this is basically when you're sharing your outfit, the kind of outfit you're wearing. Okay, this is my outfit for the day. Like what I'm doing, this is my outfit. So this is my OOTD. Interesting. I didn't know of that. There's food porn. I know there's one. It is like a hashtag when it's a hashtag you use when you're posting about the food you love, any kind of food. It can be something you're eating, something you've already eaten, like just posting of food. You can just hashtag food porn. And then there's regram. It's like a reshare, but okay, I didn't know. And then the next one is apparently the regram is like a reshare. It's similar to retweet on Twitter. Okay. And then the next hashtag is WCW. That is Woman Crush Wednesday. I know of that. It encourages Instagram users to share photos of the women they do admire. And then the MCM is Man Crush Monday. Honestly, I knew of these things through WhatsApp. Like, I've seen my friends do post Woman Crush, and that is when I asked, and I got to know that is what it meant. But I didn't know it originated from Instagram. New. And there's POTD, an acronym for photo of the day. Oh, okay, so basically you go to the boat side, you go to the river side, and then you take a picture of the river or whatever it is, and it becomes the photo of the day, basically. And then there's IG, that is definitely Instagram. There's GF, which is, whoa, when I saw GF, what first came to mind was girlfriend, but apparently it means gang family or global family. So more like a community. Apparently there's a community that supports talented photographers around the world. Nice. And there's Fit Farm, there's Fisto, there's DM, that is like a direct abbreviation for direct message. Okay. And there's Transformation Tuesday. Transformation Tuesday. The fitness industry uses this popular hashtag to motivate people on Tuesday. Whoa. And then there's SMH, shaking my head. I think we use that not necessarily on Instagram, but then maybe it's like, yeah, so SMH. And then the LMAO, LMAO, laughing my ass off, of course, yeah. And then YOLO, you only live once. There is HT, or what is that? Hat tip. It's a way to compliment someone's work. Interesting. I didn't know. I'll start using it. And then hashtag no filter. Oh, okay. That is when you take a picture, you post it, and there are no filters or anything. Interesting. And then repost selfie Sunday. So there are a lot of there are some that are new to me, and then there are some that are not new to me. There are some that I use on a regular basis. But one thing about these slangs is there was a time I used to use them very frequently until I was advised not to use them, because apparently as a student, if you use these almost every now and then, it's going to affect your everyday life. And then instead of you writing an examination and then passing or something, you realize that so we talked about Instagram slangs. Let's move on to some slangs on TikTok. This is like a Generation Z something. Have we talked about generations yet? I don't think so. So on TikTok is how do I describe it? It's a social media platform where people post videos, obviously, like YouTube, but then the difference is the TikTok videos are usually in 1 minute. I think that's the longest. So the slang words that you can find on TikTok is tea. Okay, that is like the best gossip. Drop the tea, the best kind of gossip, typically shared between friends. Okay, I think this is not necessarily TikTok. I use it as well, but it's basically used more on TikTok. And then snatched, this is like giving me English grammar and telling me it's anyway, let's go with it. And then shook on TikTok means shocked or surprised. Oh. And then flags. Okay, flags, I think I knew that one. To purposely brag or show off, basically. And then, but these words on TikTok, simp, someone who does way too much for a person they like. Oh, so you're simp, someone who does too much for a person you like. Interesting. I see. I don't think I'll use those, but then Charlie. And clout. To have clout is to have influence or power. In popular culture, people with clout are seen as popular and cool. Ooh. And then it was snack, SNACC. A snack is an internet slang for an extremely attractive or sexy person. Ooh, I see. And slaps, a good what? A term used to describe something that is really good. The pizza slaps. Oh, I see. The pizza slaps. Oh, interesting. And then bet. Apparently, all this no cap. Have you heard of no cap? I've heard of no cap. The first time I heard of no cap was from Jay of Day 6. He was talking about it in one of his podcasts. How did I get here with Jay and Alexa? And then I was like, what is no cap? And then apparently it's an expression you use to mean like no lie, like for real. And then it's often used to emphasize someone is not exaggerating about something hard to believe. It's like no cap, or like no cap, like, you know. So no cap, she owns 7 dogs. So it's more like it's hard to believe, it's no lie, you know, that kind of thing. So, and then stan, I think I know this one. And then it's basically when you support, you're a fan of a celebrity. So I'm a stan of this particular person, I'm a stan of that particular person. I know this one as well. So these are some of the TikTok slangs that I've heard of, you've heard of, some of us have heard of, some we've not heard of, you know. So what does the internet, let's look at some of the normal ones. The LOL, laughing out loud. So I'll mention it and I'll mention what it means. BRB, be right back. You know, BRB, I thought it was RA7. So BRB will be right back. BTW, by the way, I thought it was between. LMK, let me know. I never knew that. TTYL, talk to you later. Why would you use this? Just write talk to you later. And then Gene 2G, got to go. What? DM, we've talked about it. Direct message. RT is retweets. I think I know that. And then AMA, ask me anything. I thought it was the Ghanaian. Wait, what is even AMA? What does AMA do? Oh, let's leave that question for the gods. HBD, happy birthday. Like, for real. IDC, I don't care. Really? FAQ, I think this is important to know. Frequently asked questions. Maybe you are you are looking for something and then they say FAQ. It means frequently asked question. And then TBH, to be honest. So FB definitely stands for Facebook, IG, Instagram, and then whatever it is. And then KK means okay. Lemao, laughing my ass off loud. And then there's NSFW. And then it stands for not safe for work. There's another one. BG, bad game. So BG, so many different meanings. Okay, and then what are memes? So I don't know if you've heard of, you've said, but then there are memes. And then memes are basically a way of expressing a culturally relevant idea on social media or platform. So a meme can be in a form of like image or video that represents the like feelings and thoughts of a particular audience. And usually memes are like short funny videos or something. Usually they are usually short and funny. And what have you Bab? So those are some of the internet slangs. Well, honestly, I don't use most of them. There are some that I didn't even know of until today. Ask me anything. CLC, you can't stop laughing. DAE, does anybody else? So many of them. FBF, flashback. Oh, whoa. I thought it was only throwback Thursday. Apparently there's flashback Friday. And it's a day of old photos. Only this time it falls on Friday. I see. I didn't know about that. And then there's GOAT, greatest of all times. I think I've seen this a lot, like the GOAT, GOAT in capital letters. It says greatest of all time. And TIL, today I learned. My face win. That's also a meme phrase, I see. And then basically only live once, human crash. So these are some of the slangs, internet slangs that we use basically. And I don't know if there are some benefits, or let's search for them. Effects of internet slangs. Internet slangs. The only effect I know is probably would affect your education or something. But apart from that, this is it. When people speak in the vernacular, not necessarily vernacular, but anyway, when people speak in the vernacular using slang, it broadens the English language by adding more words, obviously. So language isn't static, obviously, and a language is this a good effect or a bad effect? I don't know what they are talking about. So they are basically saying that as we continue to use more slangs, we broaden the English language, but then grammar-wise, it becomes cancelled. It becomes difficult for us to rectify and know what is wrong, what is correct. So everything obviously has a good advantage and a bad a good advantage. Wait, everything has an advantage and disadvantage. Why did I put good in front of advantage? Oh gosh. There's some researchers that have done some aims on like some proper thorough research, developed hypotheses of all these things, and you can see that they were trying to figure out whether it has an advantage or a disadvantage. But usually these papers we have to purchase them, and then I don't see myself purchasing it. So that is it. there are negative effects, and then it's a language destroyer. That is one of the negative effects of internet slangs. They are good, and then it's easy for you to just, instead of you typing laughing out loud, you just simply type LOL, and then you're just good to go. And then sometimes you're not even laughing, but then it's quite easier for you to just do LOL and then you're gone instead of typing the whole thing. So it's easy to use, but then it destroys your language sometimes, because if you use it a lot, you realize that when it's time for you to use the longer sentence or the correct form of it, you find it difficult to probably spell some of the things, or basically that is it. And then it brings about the generational gap. I don't think I can be speaking to my dad and then I'll be using these things. This is like a Generation Z something. I don't know. The Generation X are also aware of these things, but then wait. Generation Z, they start from 2000 downwards, and Generation X is before. Maybe the Generation Z starts before Molayo. I think there's another generation after 2012 or 2014. I would have to search on that. But then basically, it brings about this whole generational gap, because there are some slangs that a Generation Z may know, and then there are some slangs that Generation X may know, and then generational gap. So it becomes difficult. I'm trying to communicate with you, and if I do not use the long form and I use the short form, I know it may be difficult for you to understand me. So it brings about generational gap, basically. And then it's misusing the internet slang. What is that? So internet language is created only for easy use. It does not care who is using or where to be used, which means it never cannot be high class language. It doesn't even matter whether it is misused, because it is still understandable and makes sense. Who would like to try to understand the exact meaning of slangs? Anyway, it's true when it comes from how it is made and who started it and all that. There are some slangs when people use them, and then I don't even bother myself trying to figure out, because I know that in the next conversation or the next thing will give the slang away. That's how some of the slangs, I've seen them, but then I never bothered to figure out what it actually meant. So we are coming to an end of today's episode, and then today we talked about slangs. And then in slangs, we mean slangs, internet slangs, the short form of words that we do use. We may as well want to talk about the generation, since the generation, we've not talked about it before. And let's go, before we move on to the second segment, we've talked about internet slangs. Yeah. So let's go for a short commercial break and then move on to the second segment. So, the questions I got for today, quite interesting. What is the most beautiful song you have heard? What is the most beautiful song I've heard? I've heard of a lot of songs, and then I think I can't say one song is the most beautiful, and then it's like, that would be me exaggerating, because it would be according to my preference. I just love music, any music that goes with my mood. And then if the artist is like, because today, if I said this is the most beautiful song I've heard, another time, another song would be the most beautiful song that I have heard. So the most beautiful song I do hear changes. Like I do like, or I've heard like, but there are sometimes, in a way, anyway, at the end of the day, I did answer your question. The most beautiful song I've heard is none that I know of, but there are a lot of beautiful songs that I know of. And then recently I'm bobbing to a lot of shiny music and a lot of IU music, celebrity, and then lilac, and then coin, a lot. So I just can't choose among. The next question is, what songs do you listen to the most? I listen to a lot of ballads, a lot of K-pop, a lot of country music. Those are the songs I listen to a lot. And then, who is your celebrity crush? For now, it changes. So for now, on you, It's my celebrity crush. And then the next one, if you were famous, what industry would you like to be famous in? This particular industry, obviously. And then the last one, which of your friends or family do you look up to the most? Well, I look up to my very close friends. My family, I think, not I think, my definitely my nuclear family. That is my parents and then my siblings. I look up to them the most. And then my friends, my close buddies like Reina, and then Lodlin, and then Ophelia, and then Prince, and then Kreslav. Like about 5 to 6 to 10 people. I do look up to them a lot. Definitely my close buddies. Yes. So we've come to an end of today's episode of Tell Me About It, where we talked about internet slangs, and then I did answer some of your questions you're curious about. So, kamsahamnida. Thank you very much for joining today's episode. Till next time, till same time, tune in to radio.PenyGh.com to listen to this program, and it starts at 6 o'clock p.m. every Friday. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram, all social media platform, Discord, wherever, like whatever social media platform you are, we are there as well. Line, Kakao, just look for us, you find us. You can find me on social media, ACK, Isiakwa, any of them. And then if you find it difficult to just be going through, you can just download our app, and it's on App Store. It's on both of the app, Google and then Apple's Play Store, basically. And then you can contact us through Facebook. You can also bring in your sponsorship and everything. We would gladly take it. So thank you very much for tuning in for today's episode. I am your host, ACK. Till next time. Oh yes, a happy birthday to PenyGh. I nearly forgot. Wishing you all the best in this life. It's your birthday. I hope you do enjoy. Thank you for tuning in to TMAI every Friday. And thank you for being one of our fans and listeners. Thank you very much, Ben. And a happy, happy, happy birthday to you. Thank you very much. Till next time, I'm ending. I've not forgotten anything. Bye.